lavender.
A little bit of that torsional
Twisty
stiffness.
flex.
Exact. Twisty flex.
It's a technical term.
Yes.
This
yeah,
one's
a little
got squishy.
Kind of grip on that.
Snowboard boots are more comfortable than ski boots.
Much.
100%.
Much. Yeah.
Next season we'll be ready for
those helicopters, Cork 10s.
Cork 10s. Next season.
Some rodeo 9s, you know, all the simple stuff.
All this stuff.
Yeah, it's
no
super
problem.
easy.
Last year, we learned how to snowboard. It was fun. It was exciting. We spent a lot of time on our butt. There were a lot of sore muscles, but we actually really enjoyed it. So this year, we're ready to commit, which means gearing up with all of our own stuff. But here's the thing, when you start snowboarding, there's a lot of things that you need. It's not like hiking where you just grab some shoes and a backpack and, you know, like hit the trail. You need boots, bindings, a board, a helmet. I don't even know what else because I'm new at this. So we're here at Sun and Ski to figure out what the heck we need, why we need it, how to pick out the best options for beginners, and you're gonna come along. I assume that's why you're here. You're also a beginner snowboarder. So let's go figure out what the heck we need to start snowboarding, like for real. So we're here with Spencer at Sun and Ski, and tell us about yourself. How long have you been snowboarding? What makes you an expert, and how long have you been like working in the industry?
I've been snowboarding off and on for about 27 years and started skiing as a little guy, and then moved into snowboarding and never looked back.
Obviously, new snowboarder.
Okay.
Let's talk boards. How do I pick one out?
Okay, so I'm a huge proponent of Capita. They're
Awesome.
one of my favorites. I have, I think, 3 Capita boards at home.
And they're super sustainable.
Super sustainable. The mothership in Austria is 0 emissions.
That's awesome.
And then performance. You get a lot out of the boards, the shapes. They have really, really cool designers. The top sheets are always so fancy looking. Materials are just top notch, and they tend to lean towards just they have different variants, but I really like camber because.
And describe camber for us.
So
for,
camber,
you know, the beginners.
It tends to resemble riding a skateboard, a longboard. Your contact points are going to be more so on the edges, like where the wheels would be, whereas rocker, you're going to have more contact point in the middle, the tips ride up. In the beginning, when you're learning to ride, rocker tends to be a little bit easier to learn on. You're going to be less likely to catch an edge because that edge is lifted off the ground.
You know what? I don't think it matters in my case. I'm just really good at catching an edge.
Yes, yes. And for me, that's honestly why I like camber, because it grips. And so I'm in the beginning stages, I'm constantly thinking of not catching an edge, and it's helping me initiate that edge. When you lean in, it's gonna grip down that, because it's higher in the middle. When you put that weight down, it kind of bites into the snow and makes it a little easier to hold that edge.
Okay.
And that's kind of why I prefer camber. And then there's kind of more longevity out of the board. When you start to link your turns, you're getting confident in turning. You don't need to get out of the rocker and into a camber. You're just ready to go.
Got it.
So yes, that would be the Capita. I'm a big fan of them. I'm also a big fan of Never Summer. Never Summer is made here in America, in Colorado. Very nice. We love that.
Yep.
Never Summer gets a little crazy. This is where the profiles get a little wild. They go rocker camber, and it's kind of a wave. When you look at it down, you can kind of see that wave. And that also is really nice in those beginning stages of learning. That camber is going to be right underfoot, and then rocker in between feet, and then camber again on that front foot. So when you put your weight down, that camber flexes. Like I was saying, with the full camber, it's going to bite and hold that edge. This specific model doesn't have it, but I believe the Protosynthesis does. They call it a serrated edge, where it looks like a knife. on the side, giving you more contact points. The board gets wider, narrow, wider, narrow.
Okay.
And that's going to give you more contact points. So think of a skateboard again, having just the two wheels. Where it gets wider, it's almost adding another wheel. Just easier to learn in those beginning stages, but it's not necessarily something that you kind of skill out of. It's always nice to have. I enjoy camber, especially on an icy day, a firm day where snow's not the best. It's got something to really grip on that ice and hold that edge, so that way you don't just slide down, fall right on the keister. It's nice to have.
Stiffer is better.
Kind of right in the middle.
Okay, right
in the middle. That they kind of rate them. A lot of them will rate.
Like a
They'll
little
give you a little flex.
scale?
Yup.
Cool.
And so something like this is perfect because it's going to be essentially right in the middle. A 6, 5 to 7 is kind of that middle ground.
Sure.
And it's kind of going to do all of the above. The dampening is kind of important with, as you get a little better, that dampening means when you're going really fast and kind of bouncing, it's absorbing that chatter and kind of smoothing that ride for you. And so that's kind of what the difference between the flex, obviously, how much flex you're going to get out of it, how stiff that board truly is, and then that dampening is, kind of how it absorbs.
Yeah.
And a little bit of that torsional
Twisty
stiffness.
flex.
Exactly.
Twisty flex.
Twisty flex.
That's a technical term.
Yes.
Twisty flex. Yes. And how do I choose the right size for me? Because there are so many lengths here.
So many. Honestly, the way that I've always done it, the way I did it when I was little, the way I do it with customers these days, just hold it.
Yep.
We like it to be in that beginning stage. If you're wanting to do kind of the groomers, you're not strictly into park, you're not sending it off cliffs.
I'm not
we
doing
like
that.
it right in that chin to nose range.
Okay.
The higher you go, the better it's going to be for float, powder, that big mountain. It's going to be more surface area, keep you on top of that snow.
Same principle as snowshoes. Bigger
Exactly. Exactly.
better you float.
And then when you're hitting rails, you're doing those cork 10s off of those 60-foot jumps.
Yeah,
you're
all
going to
of
go
those. Yeah.
a little smaller. It's going to be a little bit easier to rotate, do those spins.
Makes sense.
It's less of a helicopter,
Sure.
less to spin around. But
Yeah,
in
I'm not
those
really
beginning-
worried about that yet. but
Okay, we can get there next season.
Next season.
Yeah.
Next season we'll be ready for
Yeah.
What
Those
was it?
helicopters, cork
Helicopters,
10s,
cork 10s. Next season.
some rodeo 9s, all the simple stuff.
All this stuff. Yeah.
It's
No
super
problem.
easy.
So, because I prioritize sustainability
Yep.
pretty highly, let's go with the Capita. I think that's the right decision.
like it.
Yeah?
I think it's a
Okay.
good choice.
We have a board, you guys.
We picked it.
We have the board. We're like,
And, I mean, it's paradise.
it is paradise. Every day on the mountain is paradise, right?
It truly is.
Great. So we're like, what, an eighth of the way there?
Yeah. An eighth, a sixth, somewhere around there.
Sixth, a septillionth.
Yep.
What's next?
What's next? All right. I would say the next good option to move forward, now we got our color scheme.
Okay. Yes, we do.
Colors.
Slam bam.
More
Okay.
colors.
Yeah.
I really, really like unions.
Okay. Union's good.
I have had 5, maybe 6 pairs of unions. I'm a huge fan of union.
What makes Union so great? Like, how are bindings different when you're picking out your first one? Because they all look pretty similar. So
Yeah,
like,
they all are
How are they
fairly comparable. It's going to be switching between what is called the high back. This is what your boot's resting against.
Okay.
And a big deciding factor is going to be how stiff this is. When you're in that beginning phase, again, it's nice to just go into that medium range. Not too stiff, not too soft.
Okay.
And then over time, by next season, you've got your 150 days up there.
Sure.
And will know what you like. You're leaning towards, I'm a big mountain gal. I'm hitting cliffs. I'm going to go stiff. Or
That'll be me, yeah.
I like the
mountain gal.
steel. I'm doing front 270 boards. You want that soft. So that's why I like to also put people into that middle range.
Okay, perfect.
And then you can kind of break down color. But with Union, I love they think about everything, the adjustability.
Ooh, yeah, I see you can move this
You
whole
can
back
move
forward.
everything in different directions to accommodate every type of riding you want, what size boot you have. They allow all of their screws to be moved without screwdrivers.
That's nice.
Which is super nice.
Some bindings are going to be a little more dialed into your specific size.
Yeah, they're going to be a little bit more narrow. All the bindings are going to be small, medium, large.
Okay.
And within that, the boot size correlates with such.
Sure.
It's crazy. I like metal.
Metal's good.
I just feel like it's a little bit more durable.
Yeah.
When you fall, you hit a rail.
Yep.
And having that metal just
the little pieces.
the little pieces are going to be a little bit more durable.
For sure.
And then the heel cups on almost all of the Unions are going to be metal. A lot of other brands are not going to have full metal base plates.
Okay.
They're going to have some form of polyurethane. Still super durable.
Yeah.
Still functional, works great. I'm really hard on my stuff. I fall a lot.
You don't want to have to baby your gear.
Exactly.
You know, that's for fun.
And so that's another reason
Okay.
why I tend to lean towards the
The
Unions.
union, got it. And that kind of explains some of the pricing differences you'll see in bindings as well. The more expensive ones might have more adjustability, more metal parts, be a little more durable.
A little bit more durable.
That sort of thing. Okay.
Higher
good to
end
know.
material in general.
Awesome. Probably last longer.
Exactly.
Great.
Another thing I like to look for personally is the width of that high back.
Yep.
When you start to get a little bit more advanced towards the end of this season, you're going to be going off of that groomer and traversing across the hill to get to that fresh, untouched snow.
That's the goal, right?
Having this wider high back kind of gives you a little bit more to lean on.
Okay.
And gives you a little bit more comfortable of a ride.
So there's a balance between stiffness and
overall
and width.
shape and width and these are things that'll come into play next season.
Okay.
When you're getting a little bit more confident, if you're going for that just straight budget friendly, you want to get up there. These are kind of down the line things that you don't necessarily need to be focusing on.
Sure.
But if you're trying to get dialed in and you're going to keep this board for a long time,
Future oriented.
exactly. These are things that I like to kind of bring to the forefront to kind of think about when you're
Important, because I hate buying crap again next season.
Exactly.
It's the worst.
Exactly.
So now I guess we have to figure this out. Hey, what goes on this board?
Yeah, so one fun thing, you can lay them down.
Awesome. Oh, and just play dress up.
Play dress up, grab them, see what colors
let's
look
see.
best.
All right, here we
See
go.
what matches, what doesn't.
I
What's
mean,
offering what you like.
it would go, but I'm not sure how much of a lavender girl I am.
Okay.
As nice as this one is,
Yep.
every time I'd look at it, I'd be like, ugh, Lavender.
And something also to know, these, where it's showcasing,
Yep.
this is going to be the suggested mount location.
Okay.
So
For most
based
people.
off of the size, if we've sized the board properly to you, to keep it to its true form, if it's going to be, so some of the boards will be directional, meaning
Oh, sure.
the nose is going to be longer, the tail is going to be shorter. It's meant to be ridden directionally in one way.
Don't switch.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. So with those boards, it's a little more important to kind of showcase where they suggest that true center is going to be. But this one's kind of a true twin.
Okay.
It's going to be the same spacing from these little suggested mounts from from foot to nose and back foot to tail.
Yes. How big of a difference does it make if you're like, this feels really wide and awkward? Can you move it forward
100%.
one?
100%.
If you feel comfortable?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and it's helpful when that is the case, that it showcases that, so then you can also move the front to keep it in that true
Sure.
twin.
Yes. And what about angle? Because I've obviously seen boards with
Oh yeah.
all kinds of like
All
foot
sorts.
angles of different, and some of them feel real weird.
Yep.
I've rented a few boards, last season, and some of it
And
felt
it gets
more natural than
wild.
other.
Yep.
But is there a general rule?
I like to have them slightly duck-footed.
Okay, just slightly.
Angled out just a little bit. So your angles would be 12 and 12, negative 12, or 12 and maybe a 9, a little turned in. If that duck feels a little too
Extreme,
weird,
yeah.
it's a little extreme, I like to turn in that back foot.
Back foot, start there.
Once you've linked your turns, you're getting better, you're starting to side hill, you're getting into the powder. I slowly start to move my back foot more and more straight.
Okay.
It gives it more of a surfy vibe.
Okay, but your front foot probably
I move in a little bit, but I like to keep my front foot open to keep my shoulders opened. And then the nice thing is every resort has a little kiosk thing with a bunch of screwdrivers.
Tools. Fix
that
it
you
up
can-
if you want to. You need to.
And that's where this is
tweak.
nice, is just it lifts up. The angles are set right there. The base plate has a little arrow, and that's how you dial in your angles.
We have our board. We have our bindings.
We have our bindings. Now, the real fun begins.
Oh, the boots.
The boots.
Boot time. And honestly, I'm looking up there, and they all seem fairly similar, but I assume that's not really the case.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they're pretty similar.
Okay.
They're pretty
They
similar.
are pretty
it's,
similar.
It's shocking how similar they truly are.
Some of them have. I see a lot of BOA systems,
Yep.
though. Wait, that's all I'm seeing is BOA. No more laces. We're done with laces, you guys.
Yeah.
Laces are for old farts, apparently.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
BOA is where it's at.
That's where it's at. BOA's gotten a lot more durable, a lot
Nice.
more reliable, and
It's easy.
it's comfortable, it's quick. It's just kind of the go-to now.
Nice.
And so when it comes to boots, again, that middle ground in that soft to stiff is where I like to put people in
Okay.
that beginning. We're just kind of right down the middle
Perfect.
for
That's
everything.
easy.
It makes it easier.
Easy to remember.
Yep.
Just stay in the middle lane.
Stay in the middle. It's going to be the easiest. One nice thing about like K2, they tell you right there. They're
Oh,
a
nice.
6 out of 10.
Too easy.
This one's a 4.
Oh.
So it's going to be softer. This one's going to be a little bit stiffer. Really good boot. One thing I really like about all the K2 boots is their tongue Velcros.
That's really interesting. Oh.
Something that you don't really think about, but a a long day up on that mountain. You're walking around, you're shifting around, you fell, some snow fell in there. Without that, that tongue kind of moves around. It gives you weird pressure points on your shins.
I felt those
And in
before.
the beginning of your riding, you're not really, there's so much going on, so much coming at you, you're not realizing that. And then you get to the car and you're like,
why do my shins hurt so
what
bad?
happened? Who kicked me in the shins? I didn't want to ski for that exact reason. I wanted comfortable boots.
Snowboard boots are more comfortable than ski boots.
Much.
100%.
Much. So if you kind of square out that 4 to 6, that helps kind of narrow.
Nice.
Try them both on.
Okay. Yeah.
See what fits, what you like, the features, price kind of helps dictate that
Yes,
for
indeed.
you.
Yes, price is often important for many people.
So, but yeah, I would say, like with everything we've done, we want to be right in that middle range and that flex.
Okay, great.
So I'm going to go grab a couple pairs.
Okay.
I'll be right back. We'll try them on, see
Excellent.
what we like, what we don't, move from there.
Awesome, let's do it. Let's try on some boots. They're gonna feel weird
A little
after
bit.
my barefoot boots. Got my snow socks on.
We've
ready
got
to
the
go.
socks. We're ready to go. This was the Contour, the
Okay.
one that we were talking about a little earlier. And yeah, we'll try that bad boy on.
There it is.
And so what I like to do when I'm putting on a boot for the first time is I kind of align. It's a little hard in the beginning, but we align that tongue kind of even as much as we can, get that Velcro. And then I kind of push this bad boy down right onto the top of that foot, that ankle. And then from here, I've had the boas open. So when you pull them out, that boa is open.
Right.
It can articulate through there. And then when we're ready to tighten down, all you do is you pop it in
Twist, right?
and twist. And
Does it matter which one goes first?
not always.
Okay.
But with this one, it kind of does.
Okay.
Because the front boa is going to be for this whole tongue. This side boa is going to be for that heel lock. So I like to, and it doesn't truly matter, but I prefer to do the heel lock first.
Okay.
And what that does is it's going to pull that heel to the very back of the boot. It's going to make sure that we're getting that proper fit of where you're going to be riding in that boot and keep that heel sucked back. And then we just get that cranked down. Same idea, kind of that firm handshake. We're not trying to lose blood flow, but we're just wanting to feel equal amounts of pressure kind of all over the foot. We want that heel to be all the way in the back. And then the main thing we're looking for is we really don't want that heel to be lifting.
Can I try on a different one on the other foot
100%.
so that I can like feel
Got
the
something to
difference?
compare? 100%. So this one, we're gonna do a ride Hera. I'm a big fan of this one as well. It's got that same Intuition liner,
Okay.
that heat molding, super nice, pretty comparable with the
Ooh.
flex. But yeah, we're gonna have a little bit different. This liner is going to be a pull drawstring.
Got it. Yep. Seen those
and
before.
the boas on this has 2 boas as well. One thing I like on this boot over that boot is this is dual boa system. So one is going to be from the toe to the heel, and the other is from the heel up. So for people who have a high arch, this is something that you're going to pretty much need, because when you're cranking down the whole tongue all the way down,
It's doing
you're
it
gonna,
evenly.
It's going to do it evenly.
Right.
And with that high arch, it's going to be super tight right here and not tight enough in the ankle. and you're going to collapse that navicular bone, that arch, and you're going to have a bad day.
Science.
Yeah, science. Anatomy. Things of that nature.
Yep. Which is a form of science. Anatomy, right?
Something like that. Yeah.
Body stuff.
Fill that bad boy on. How they feeling?
You know, not like barefoot shoes.
No.
That I just had on.
Not at all. A little bit stiffer.
I definitely know how to walk like a normal person. It's fine. I mean, not that I'm going to be walking in boots a lot.
Not too much.
I don't know why I'm walking
from the car
around.
to the lift. No, it's important. You got to walk to the bar sometimes.
Oh,
you know?
this is true.
You
This
know?
is true. You got to go in to get that hot cocoa. Inside
Those
the lodge.
$30 chicken wings and fries.
Right, exactly.
So we want in the store your toes to be touching.
Okay.
We don't want them to be crunching, but we want to be touching.
Got it.
Because they're gonna get more comfortable over time.
Sure. Yeah. Makes sense.
You're gonna end up having to go a little tighter on the boa as you wear them. So yeah, in store, we almost want to be close to uncomfortable.
Okay, so yeah, then these feel snugger on my foot than these do.
Than those do. Okay.
Which is good.
Yes.
I am learning
You're learning.
so much about fitting snowboard boots. See, I would have gone with the more comfortable ones. That would have been my mistake. Okay, so let's talk about helmets because beginner snowboarders should definitely wear helmets.
Yes. I think all snowboarders should wear helmets, no matter your ability.
Yeah.
Helmets are very important because it's not even necessarily you and your skill set, it's everyone out there and people running into you.
Yeah.
Can be a big issue. So having a helmet is super important in my opinion. It also ends up making your day a lot more comfortable.
Yeah. And they're warm.
They're warm.
You don't need to wear a
Exactly. And if you're like me, you run hot, they make things like this helmet, for example, has a lot of ventilation. And then for those really cold days, you close it. Love it. So nice. Just a little lever on the top, and it's gonna kind of close off and keep that heat that's coming off of your head inside the helmet.
I'm going to be honest. The vents are never going to be open on my helmet.
Okay. Fair.
But that's great. I love it. That's
an
pretty
amazing
cool
feature to have.
Yeah.
Another
very
key
handy.
feature to look for when purchasing a helmet is going to be MIPS. MIPS is
Same as in bike helmets.
Exactly.
It's the good stuff.
It's the good stuff. It's that safety, and that's going to be that movement on the inside, helping displace that impact.
Cool.
Another amazing thing that Smith offers is called Coroid. So deep inside there, you can kind of see those honeycomb-looking straws.
Yep.
It's just another added feature to help displace that impact. So when you hit, instead of it being just that straight foam, it's going to have the airways and the ventilation to kind of take some of that impact and displace it instead of just going straight for
Into
the
one spot.
dome.
Like when you scorpion.
Exactly.
Catch an edge in scorpion, which please describe what scorpioning is
it's
to
a very, very cool trick where your board heel edge actually touches your head. It feels really good, and you don't walk weird after it happens, I promise.
No, thank you.
Yeah. So, another amazing thing about these Smith helmets is the adjustability, having the, very similar to a BOA on there, to kind of tighten and adjust to your specific head size. And then they also do a very nice job where they do the molding to the foam. So the foam is not made separately and the shell made separately, and then they put them together. It's all made into one, which makes it a little more durable, lighter, safer, and comfortable overall. Nice. And then another key thing is for sizing. We like you to put the helmet on, tighten it, so it's not cranking down. You don't want it to hurt. And then with the strap undone, put your head down. If the helmet stays on, it's your fit.
Okay, excellent. Got it.
Perfect. Goggles
are important because, you know, like wind and stuff, but also
cold
seeing
air.
And also sun.
Vision, and reflection. The snow reflects.
It is very bright.
So much. So
it's like white and stuff.
And that's one thing I really like about Smith is their Chroma Pop, is their marketing for their fancy lenses, and they really help with cutting through the reflection off the white and helping you see the terrain and the little chunks of snow that are going to help you scorpion. I really like the IO Mag because it has the Chroma Pop, and then the Mag stands for magnetic, and that is for swapping the lenses here.
Makes it a little easier.
A little easier.
Nice.
To interchange the lens for sunny day, or they'll come with the other pair for the not so sunny day.
Nice.
When you're struggling to see through the clouds.
Yes.
Let's see what color we got here.
And you like to sort of match the helmet brand with the goggles, right? Because they're meant to go together.
Definitely. It's not like
makes sense.
Like something you have to stick to, but it tends to be better. That arch angle tends to line up better with the brand.
That makes sense.
But if you have an Anon goggle with a Smith helmet, you're going to be fine. But this would be kind of your sunny day, and this is going to be that cloudy day, the super snowy day, and the quality of lens that Smith offers is top tier.
Yeah, because not all lenses are created equal.
Exactly. Another thing I like about Smith is that once you hit that certain price point, you're getting both of those lenses. Instead of buying two different goggles, you kind of get two in one.
Which is nice.
And then having the mag, you can kind of see they have the little magnets. Yep. It just makes that swap nice and easy. You're going to want to try out a small.
Okay.
It's going to be the height of the lens and the length of that spherical lens. Cool. It tends to get a little smaller, and then you can go all the way up. They do XLs for the big faces like mine. Cover that whole thing.
Excellent.
Hide from everyone.
I also like to hide from everyone.
Yeah, it's nice. And that's another thing I really like is the buckle. It makes getting on with the helmet very easy. Throw it on, buckle in the back.
Excellent.
Let's give that a go.
Right, let's see. Let's do it. Let me get around the
little clip.
Boop.
Boom. Got a little mirror here.
Oh, there's a mirror, because, right? That's number one rule.
Always gotta know.
Does it look cool?
Yeah. How good do you look?
Yeah, looks pretty cool. I mean, they're pink.
Yeah.
And we know how I feel about pink. But we like the fit and the
fit
and the style.
is key.
And that's
and
important.
then we can go through and find the colors. They've got different colors and shapes for days.
Cool. Shapes for days.
Smith has come out with a new model that the lens wraps around to the bottom.
Weird.
And it helps you look at less foam.
That's, you know, nice.
Which is something that you don't really think about.
Yeah,
And
your eyesight ends like here. You know.
So it's adding, I think they say 15 degrees of more vision, if you will. And they also do the sizing with this model too. So this is called the 4D, is going to be the lens kind of wrapping around, and it's also going to have that the mag.
Okay. Yeah.
And so this one just has like a cool little lever.
Nice. Easy.
And then it just pops off super easy. Locks back in super easy. Same clip.
Nice. Easy.
Give it a go. And this is a small as well. So they kind of do sizing on all their models. They're going to have that, the regular, the small, and then XL.
Slide that on. Lock it in. All right, cool. Okay. We're pretty kitted out.
Yeah.
We got snowboard. We got bindings. We got boots.
Boots.
We got helmet.
Helmet.
We got goggles.
Goggles.
We're basically snowboarders now?
I'd sponsor you.
Perfect. Wait, listen to that. We got sponsors already. Sun and Ski Sports.
So at Sun and Ski, we have a full service ski and snowboard shop. So if getting the bindings mounted for you is something that you need, we can totally do that here. No problem. It makes it easier for getting familiar with the bindings and the angles that you want. We can throw that on for you and then show you how to adjust it later on if you're wanting a little bit different angle.
Perfect. Right, here we go. Bindings down, I've just learned, because you'll rust your edges when your board's wet. So more free tips from the Sun and Ski Sports team. And for those of you wondering what the heck we're wearing while we go snowboarding, well, that's a whole other post. So we'll put a link below to an article we wrote that sort of breaks down some of our favorite sustainable snowboard and ski apparel. So go check that out for some great ideas. We did it!
We did it!
Yeah!
Do a snow dance.
What does snow do? We gotta like flurry it down? Is this appropriation? I'm not.
Yeah, maybe.
Now we just gotta go like test it all. Let's go find some snow. Oh, so this is the powder everybody's been talking about. I get it now. If you enjoyed this video and you're also a beginner snowboarder, you should check out this video. We'll link below to a full lesson we took with the education team up at Nordic Valley here in Utah. You're definitely gonna wanna tune in to get some pointers for your first few runs on the ski hill.